So this is the leaf job we're doing. It's not much down here. Most of it's what I was telling Matthew is on up this way. Got the leaf vac and everything. We're gonna pull the leaf vac up to about right here, and we're gonna blow all the leaves down the pile right there and then suck them up with the leaf vac. I believe the property line runs to about that telephone pole right there, or that tree, somewhere right in here. We're gonna get all this right here cleaned up good. Do have a good bit back here in this pool area, and it's all got to come out this gate right here. That's gonna be that's what's gonna be tough about it, is because we got to get it all out this gate. But the good thing is there's not much wind today, and they picked the perfect day to do it. It's not too cold, not too hot, so we'll get it done. I got a pool right here, so we don't need to step off in that. That'd be pretty rough. All these leaves right here we're gonna get, and then this, if you thought it was tricky before, this is where it gets even more tricky. So this is the air unit, the AC unit, and we've got to get all the leaves out of here from behind here and on that other side right there. But that's a gate right there, so that'll make it a lot easier. We can open that gate and blow them straight out the side. Maybe we're gonna have to look and see about that, but either way we gotta get all these leaves out of here one way or another, suck them up with the leaf vac. We're about to get started. This is going to be a challenging one to film, but I'm going to do my best. I may have to run 2 cameras, not sure, we'll just have to see. Maybe it won't take too long. I figure we can probably knock this one out in about an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, and we got 3 people here, so we'll just have to see. So I'll check back with you in a minute. So this is my AgriFab leaf vac that I went to get fixed the other day. I showed y'all, I vlogged it and everything. This right here is actually a chipper, is what this is. So this fan right here turns and it chips up all the leaves, it mulches them all up, and then it goes through this hose and into here. And so when it chips it up, it makes it so small. And so I was telling Matthew, I really think that we'll be able to do all these leaves and put it all in here. But if not, I can ease this thing up a little bit, dump it, back it back, and start again. But I really think we'll be able to do it all. We're about to get started on this thing. I got Matthew filling up the blower with gas, BR800C. Bob's up on the top of the hill with the other BR800C, and Matthew's about to start doing all these leaves in the flower beds, and then the side, he's gonna start working this side right here, because that's gonna be probably the most challenging part, is that side right there. So we're gonna see if we can't get this thing started. I'm gonna set the camera up and get the hose on the vac, and we'll be ready to go. So this is how this works. I've got a 10-foot hose on this leaf vac, and I've got a handle to hold it with right there. And so it just screws on here with these 3 nuts right there. And so I'll hop around here and I'll show you. So this is that thing that I was telling you about, that little safety feature. This is the thumb that comes out and pushes down on that, so it allows you to crank it. So when I didn't have this hose hooked up, that blade was exposed, and so if that's not pressed, it won't crank. Because if you crank that with this off, you take a risk of that chipper in there, you know, chipping somebody's hand off or anything like that. So it's always best to crank this thing with that on there, and it will crank with this thumb on there, but it won't crank when this hose is off. So I wanted to show you that for people who didn't know what I was talking about in that last video. That's what I was talking about with that thumb and everything. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's a funny one. I'll link it down below so you can check it out. But we're about to get started on this leaf job, and I'm gonna ease the truck up just a little bit so I can get the pile right there and suck them up with this hose. So I'm gonna set the camera up and we'll get ready to go. So you just saw me pull all those leaves out of the hose right there with my hand, and you're probably wondering why I had to do that and what that was all about. And so that's one of the things I don't like about this machine, is the hose is not big enough in diameter for me. I think the hose is only like an 8 or a 10-inch hose in diameter. It's 10 foot long. The length on it's fine, but the diameter is just what gets me. Because see, I'm having to dig stuff out of it just about every 5 seconds. I mean, because it just everything gets hung. And so what that is that there's pieces of sticks that gets hung in the end of the tube because they're too wide to go through the hose and everything. And so if you have about a 12 or even a 14-inch hose that goes on there, it would suck it up and it'd be fine. And so this thing can take sticks, small sticks, pieces of bark, pine cones, acorns, anything that's in the leaves, because it's got that chipper in there. But if it can't go through the hose, it can't get to the chipper and it can't get to the hopper. So that's kind of the problem you run into with this hose and everything. And so, and then another thing you run into, it's just kind of slow. I'll be quite honest with you, it's just kind of slow for me. I like things to go a little bit faster than this, but you know, it is what it is. This is a machine that I have, and it does what it's meant to do. And so by that I mean, this is not a commercial machine. This is a residential type machine. You can buy this at Lowe's, maybe even Tractor Supply, Amazon, stuff like that, this machine. And so, you know, it's not really made to do what I'm doing with it. So I'm using it for a little bit more than what it's made to do. And so, but, you know, I'm not saying this machine isn't a good machine. It's just not a commercial machine is basically what I'm getting at. So, I am going to keep it, and I'm going to keep using it until I can afford something different. But later on, I probably will get something different than this, because this is just not quite fast enough for me. But I just wanted to hop in here and talk about that for just a minute and kind of explain the issue with it. But overall, it serves its purpose. It does what it's supposed to do. It makes it easier, because if you had to, you know, say mulch up all these leaves, you'd have a little bit what I call leaf dust all over the ground everywhere, and it would just like there'd be dirt piles all in the yard, and it just doesn't look good. If anybody's ever mulched up leaves with a mower, like a ton of leaves like this right here, you know what I'm talking about. And so this works a lot better than having to mulch all these leaves with a mower, because then it just wouldn't look as good. This just makes the yard look a little bit better. So I just want to hop in here and explain that. I do have a time lapse I'm about to show you this whole job. I have my Osmo camera running along with my GoPro, so I had 2 cameras running, so I got 2 different angles. And so I'm about to show you that angle in just a minute, so enjoy the video. Also guys, so I didn't get anything like as far as before and afters on this job. I had some befores, but I didn't get any afters because it was getting dark when we got through. It was actually it was dark when we got done with it, just about. And so I didn't get any before and afters of this job, so you just have to bear with me on that. I did do an outro on this video, but the outro I didn't say anything about that, so I want to come back right now and just explain it so that you know and wouldn't be surprised or anything. So there you go. So I got this thing full of leaves, and we sucked up a ton of leaves already. So I wasn't sure if I was going to fill this thing up or not, but I ended up filling it up. So all I'm going to do is, this is why I kept it on the trailer, so I can just rake the leaves out of here. So, and put them on the trailer, and then I'll suck out some more. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all the leaves out with a rake real quick, dump them right here, and then we'll get back to vacuuming the rest of the leaves. And we'll imagine we'll probably have to do this 1 or 2 more times. And but I want to show you that. That's what it looks like when it's full. And so you see it chips up these leaves pretty good, so it'll hold a lot more in there. We're about to get all this out of there and then get back to vacuuming. What's going on, guys? Hope you enjoyed that video there of us doing that leaf job and me giving my thoughts on the leaf vacuum. And I was not throwing shade at the leaf vacuum when I said all that. I was not trying to bash it or anything, because it is a good machine. It's not a bad machine. It's just, like I said, it's just not a commercial machine. It's just a little bit different than a commercial machine. It's not quite as good or well built. And it's got a few kinks in it to be worked out, but like I said, it's not a bad machine, it's just not a commercial one. So in other news, I have been exposed to COVID. So we had a lot of big jobs planned for this week. Well, we had 2 big jobs planned for this week. We got one of them done, and then we were supposed to start on another one today, and then I got exposed to COVID, and so we had to call it off for this week, start back on next week. I haven't got it yet. I hadn't been tested. I'm gonna wait and give it a couple days and see, and if I have any symptoms, I'll get tested and do what's necessary to keep myself well and everybody else well around me. Is what I'm gonna do. So hopefully I don't have it. I've already had it once. I had it about a year or 2 ago, around when it first started coming around and stuff. We got it, and I'm gonna tell you, it was pretty rough then. Hopefully it won't be this bad if I get it this time. We'll just have to wait and see. In other words, I'm gonna be able to get caught up on my editing this week for sure. I edited this video today, and I actually filmed it. Car about ran me off the road there. I actually filmed it on Monday, so I edited it today, so that's a lot faster than it normally goes. So that's the only good thing about being in quarantine, is I'm able to get some editing done, and so that's what we're going to try to do this week. And this Friday will be my 100th video that I have filmed and edited and posted on YouTube. 100th video on YouTube, and so that's pretty crazy. And so I'll probably film a video just for that, and if I don't have COVID between now and then. But that's my plan, and so appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. All right, guys, so I want to clear this up before anybody had any questions about it. So I was in the truck, and I am still quarantining, but the reason I was in the truck, I was going up to load up a load of firewood my dad's going to take for me tomorrow. I was by myself, loaded up the wood, came back home, and good to go. Didn't expose anybody, wasn't around nobody, so we're all good. Just wanted to clear that up, make sure everybody didn't know that I wasn't, just going around exposing people while I've been exposed to COVID. So just wanted to clear that up, and till next time, I'll see you later.